if we roll back to the early kickoff game, again, I said Liverpool were lucky.
Yes.
Because I think that goal should stand.
Yes, it should.
I think that goal should stand.
Yeah.
I think it should stand. But then again, credit to Liverpool for finding a way to get back into the game. Because they found a way to get back in the game.
Yeah, because I wasn't surprised, especially the early kickoff after international break. I wasn't surprised because when he came back from the other international break, we were very poor. And it just showed, especially in the first half. We were chasing shadows. We were nowhere. We couldn't even keep the ball. And again, things that I've always had an issue with, probably the DM issue, because we clearly really need a DM. McAllister is not a DM.
Hey, jana kuna mali aliachwa na Doku. Wait.
He struggled so much. And then ametoka huko South America. Now he was just exhausted. He couldn't keep up. And as well, I was worried about Tsimikas, but for me, I think Tsimikas did okay. Mm-hmm. He did okay. He held his ground. Trent again, that space. Doku was having a field day. That was my worry, and it came to pass. But I think Alisson had a very poor game.
Yeah, he had an unusually poor game.
He wasn't comfortable from the beginning.
But then again, also think about it. World Cup qualifier.
Yes.
Huge trouble. But he had an unusually poor game.
Yeah. And he wasn't comfortable from the beginning. And Trent, I think the goal for me that we as you said, we really just grind it out. I thought the one who changed the game for us was Gravenberch. Because when he came in the midfield, he could carry the ball, run with the ball, protect the ball, and the forward passes, what we lacked. Because other wings, we were locked off. We couldn't utilize either of the wings. Salah, he had like 3 players around him. He couldn't be comfortable, couldn't move well. Yeah. So the only option we had was through the middle. And bringing in Gravenberch, that helped us. So that forward run was fantastic. And on the goal as well, for me that goal was special because that run from Gakpo, the decoy, that was it. He took
that's what gave Trent the space.
That's what gave Trent the space to hit the ball.
The quality for Trent is what made the difference in the game because the first touch was just exceptional.
And you could know, this one now, he's hitting it.
No, Kukwa box with that kind of pressure,
like
it just
the
shows
control
you,
and it's all in one movement.
Yes, it just shows you what Trent can give you on the pitch. But looking at the whole game itself, I think we controlled the most part of the games, but we failed to capitalize on our chances. Yes, Doku was really good, but to some points I think he should be selfish because he got the chance he got past players, but
he kept putting in crosses.
Yes, he did, but sometimes kuwa selfish kidogo. At least try something.
No, Haaland and Alvarez make better runs.
Yeah,
just know the cross is coming. He's like an old school winger. He beats your man.
Whips in. Like he almost constantly, because they showed it in the analysis and there was like 4-5 balls.
Yes.
He beats his guy, puts the ball in. Yeah, so maybe, and City don't really play like that.
Yes.
Like I know KDB puts crosses in, but they are not really byline and cross.
Yeah.
No.
I think maybe your two men, Alvarez and Haaland, need to know.
Yes.
To fike.
And I also think Haaland could have done better because there was a chance he got just before he conceded the goal where he got the ball, but Alisson made a good save, pretty good save. I think if Haaland made a proper contact with the ball, we should have been up by 2 goals.
And when you're 2 up, it's 2-0, it's over.
Yes, the goal is over. But kudos to Liverpool. That team is resilient.
Their rebuild is moving apace. When we keep being told, you need time to rebuild. Liverpool in a season they have rebuilt their team.
Midfield.
They have changed everything and they are moving.
Yeah.
Which maybe speaks a lot about the coach.
When we get a DM, the team will now be look very better and balanced. Because when Endo came in, there was a bit of balance. You could see he could cut those passes. He could at least break play. There was a difference. But when we play McAllister there, it's very uncomfortable.
For a game,
we need a DM in January.
For a game like this where I thought we controlled the game, I was still uncomfortable where we still had a goal up because it's Liverpool. You're still uncomfortable. This team can bring up a goal. You remember the Sadio Mane moment. Remember the Salah moment. You're just in your mind. Si tufunge bao ya pili, tufunge. We close this game, yes. Because it's Liverpool.
Yeah, and something else that gave me hope when watching that game, especially in the second half, every time the camera went to Pep, as much as they were ahead, Pep looked stressed out. It's like he saw there's something here, there's potential of something happening. So when I was seeing his faces and his reactions, I was like, probably he's seeing something. There's opportunity and there's a chance there that Liverpool will just make something happen out of nothing.
Yeah, and I guess it's in the second half when he saw that though he had a lot of issues even with the fans. He was talking about them. They looked as if they were still in sheets in the early kickoff, and they weren't celebrating or rallying the team as they should have. I thought, yes, it's a good point for Liverpool more though than City. Even though the first half I felt like City had created good opportunities. They of course scored with that goal that Alisson had that long kick that missed, and then Nadanake turned into Toni Kroos and got past Szoboszlai there and put in the pass for Erling Haaland. For me, looking at it, I think Doku is a good guy. He's bringing in the right crosses, but they lacked that. Alvarez had a good opportunity, he whipped it over the bar, but for Liverpool it was a good second half change. Curtis Jones was not playing well, and he made the substitution, bringing in Gravenberch, had control of the game. And Trent Alexander-Arnold mentioned it actually, that he said that they gave City respect in that first half, and they thought that they would move away from it in the second half, and it showed in yesterday's game.
I won't buy that they gave City respect. I think City were just
You would?
City were just that much better than them. City were just that much better than them.
Yes. Though Liverpool had created a few opportunities that will make you feel...
Two clear chances, the
And
whole
then
game.
City were that much better than Liverpool in that first half. Second half became a bit more even, partly because again this current City is odd. Again, it's
staggering.
It's funny. It's not seeing off things the way they normally do, but then they do that in the second half. Think about it. There's been games where they've looked funny, even in the wins. Like there's a game they won 2, and I can't remember, it was Bournemouth. Like they're leading, and then all of a sudden they look like things are not quite going the way they aren't gotten to that stride where they were in March and April, where they were just killing you, and they're in a place where they dominate for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60, and then something goes off, then they're holding on to dear life, see what's gonna happen. So, and I think that's what Liverpool took advantage of. But like he says, if Haaland finishes, of course the more the game is at 1-1, and this is Liverpool. Liverpool are classy. They are a classy team. I think they've been the second best team in England for
5 years.
5-6 years. So if any team can go at City,
I don't know how when you look at City's midfield, do you feel as if there's a bit of vulnerability right now that Stones is not available, and they have Akanji?
Because Akanji can do what Stones does, and they don't have Gundo.
Oh yes,
that's the person they're missing. They don't have Gundo. They don't have the guy who then shows up and makes everything tick quietly. They don't have that, and of course they don't have their master. Their master is getting fit. Once their master comes back, it's bad news. So Bernardo Silva is doing a decent job, but he can't do it all by himself. You get the feeling who did they sign? Kovacic, Nunez.
Matheus Nunes.
They haven't gotten. Let's put it this way: they are not Gundogan. They are just not Gundogan. No matter how, they are not Gundogan, and I feel like they're missing that element, and that's why they keep talking about control, because the Chelsea game was just them losing control. Gundo is there, you don't lose control. If you have Gundo alone, you don't lose control, because you've got Gundo and Bernardo Silva. If you have Gundo and KDB and Bernardo Silva, it's over for you.
And at this moment, I was looking at the bench and looking at Liverpool making those substitutions. For the first time, I believe that this team doesn't have depth, because you're looking at the guys they had on the bench. There is no one that Guardiola would rely on to come into the game.
Injuries.
That is really affecting us.
Injuries, and of course, this Kovacic just haven't been what they should.
Yes, and Grealish is injured. I'm somehow surprised that you think that was a goal, given the subjectivity that you all agree with is on referees right now.
I agree. I think it was a goal, because I think I maintain the Newcastle's goal was a goal versus Arsenal. I don't think it's a foul on Gabriel. I don't think this one is a foul on what was it? Was Alisson?
Yes.
I don't think it's a foul. That's it. I don't think it's a foul. I don't think it's a foul. I think it's a goal.
Okay, is it different though with a defender versus a keeper? Keepers are protected in the game. They're protected in the game.
I know.
So if there is a touch and he's going for the ball,
I know that, but I don't think it's a foul.
Even with a slight touch on his getting the ball, I know it would have been easier for Alisson to punch away the ball, but because he was going for it, and there's a slight touch from Akanji.
I actually think Alisson did what Gabriel did.
Yes, he did. But
they
knows.
No, listen. The coach, the ref who didn't buy Gabriel's. This ref bought this one.
But
the ref in the first game,
Yes.
in the Newcastle game, said,
Yeah.
Gabriel, we know what you're doing. Nah, I'm not buying it. Nibao.
Yeah.
This one, the ref bought it, and
Bought
and
the Alisson.
you are right,
Yes.
because it's the goalkeeper.
it's a goalkeeper, yes.
It then becomes a bit more, but I maintain
Yes.
it should have been a goal.
It's a goalkeeper. For Gabriel, you would make a case, maybe use your hands too on
I'm-
Joel Linton.
I'm-
But Alisson is going for the ball.
I maintain, in my opinion,
Yes.
I think it's a goal. I
I
think
also-
Liverpool got away with it there.
Yeah, I thought it was a soft one.
He is very soft.
I thought it was.
Yeah,
a,
it's
I
soft,
thought
it's
it was
soft.
a
Alisson
goal.
was clever.
Yeah, we got away with the one.
Alisson went.
Remember
Yes,
this
and then
affili-
akashika ankle.
Eh, but-
Sijui alikanyagwa wapi. Then I'm trying to look at the replay to see alikanyagwa wapi.
Hakuna.
There was nothing.
See.
remember it's a physical game, so
Yeah, it was.
That's a Liverpool
we
fan
didn't-
telling you. Even Harsh Lewis is like,
Yeah, we got away with
clever,
one. We got
clever.
away with one.
But it's okay to be clever.
Yes.
The only catch is when the cleverness doesn't work. So
yeah.
this time it worked, but I
Yes.
thought they were lucky. But it was a good game, and City intrigued me. They are playing, but they are not great. But they are getting one and two. But they haven't. How many? Maybe this Newcastle game might be the game where City played, and I was like, oh yes, the one they were man down.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but generally City.
The one where we didn't make a sub.
Yes.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, 10 men and
But then this game against Liverpool, you didn't
didn't.
make a sub as well.
No, there's no one on the bench.
Yeah, they
Pepe
didn't
Lungangane.
have
Hakuna.
anyone to bring.
No,
in.
if you look at their bench,
Yeah.
Chep, if you look
Yeah.
at who was on their bench, Bob, Carson, Gomez, Vardiol, Rico Lewis, Ortega, Phillips, and Stones. It's nothing.
There's
You
Yeah.
can't put anyone there to change the
To
game
change
going
the game,
forward.
No one is going to change the
You
game
can't.
there.
In ile tu lazima kukuwe na subs. So unaweka tu hapo.
Yeah, but for you, because you really enjoyed City, you enjoyed City of versus Liverpool like 5 years ago. This wasn't a great watch, right?
No. This
No,
was bad.
It was a hard
This
watch.
was.
It was hard.
Yeah, for the first time I understood you. So much control in games and passes. We want chaos football.
You see, that's why the Arsenal game Brentford was interesting.
Yes,
Because
end to end.
Brentford are
Yeah.
going.
Yes.
In fact, Brentford's main mistake was they dropped. Once
Yeah,
they dropped, it
they
was over.
dropped, yes, and then they
Yes,
switched off.
it
Yes.
was once you drop, the more
Yeah.
you drop, the more it's going to come. But I like a direct game. I like,
Chaos.
And I think something that contributed, putting a game like a big game like that after international break, early kickoff. I think that it's something that contributed to the performances of both teams.
yeah, not as great
it
as it
wasn't
should be.
It was very lethargic.